What's up YouTube? Today we're in Zillertal. We're going to a crag to check out this incredible route, Dolby Surround, which used to be sort of 8C plus 9A, and then one of the holds in the crux is broken off, and I think Jakob's repeated it since, and he reckons it's like solid 9A now, so I'm ready to go get my ass sort of beat on it again. You know, I tried it, first day I got here, like after driving, we went for a night session like just before it got dark. And it went pretty well, but I couldn't figure out where the hold had broken. So that's the plan for today, is to try and do all the moves. And then see how pumped I get. This week's episode is brought to you by AG1. AG1 helps to provide me with a foundational nutrition that I use at the start of each day. Foundational nutrition supplements raise our baseline health, supporting key areas like energy, immune system, focus, brain, gut and more. AG1 is an easy daily ritual to have, and I can have it either at home, where I'm staying, or even when I'm at the crag. I've been taking it for a couple of weeks now and it's working out really well. It's simply 250 millilitres of water, one serving of AG1 and you're good to go. I was surprised how good it tastes, and so it is easy to have it before I go climb. It helps me with focus and energy throughout the day, alongside supporting my immune system by giving me the vitamin replenishment to keep me on my game. AG1 is going to give you guys a free 1-year supply of AG vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/WilliamBosi to get started on your order. A huge thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video, and I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Stay there. Oh, not a bad start. Felt quite pumped. So yeah, in all the videos they just hit this, they relax, they clip, they chop, and then you can get this from here, tack, and do the jump. Whereas now, like, it feels like this crux is harder than that crux. And if it used to be like 8C plus 9A, how can having a harder crux be the same grade? Stay there. That's all the moves. I think that's fucking desperate. It's a route that I've wanted to try for as long as I can remember. Literally, I think from like, as soon as I was kind of getting really into climbing, and I would go on YouTube with a friend and we'd be like trying to find climbing videos. This was one that would pop up,
I remember watching the videos of Jakob and Adam trying it so many times, and it just always looked so like magical almost with the waterfall behind, and I don't know, it seemed so hard and so like this sort of 8C plus 9A grade just seemed ridiculous at that time that I don't know, I always kind of like, it was one of those things that I thought, oh, maybe when I'm an adult I'll be able to go try it, even not necessarily do it. So I guess that's like the reason of coming here on this trip. Essentially the route breaks down into you climb the majority of an 8A to start. You do like a cool campus traverse sequence, do some good holds, so you're pretty recovered. Then you go into the crux, and the crux used to be a sort of 4 to 6 move sort of real hard Gaston sequence, and then finishing with some big moves to a good edge. That good edge is broken off now.
I just have nothing. Like, I'm not that boxed. I feel okay, you know, like, but I get here and those next moves are so hard. Like, it's like campusing that I don't have enough. Like the right hand, I just didn't feel strong enough to be able to get the like rubbish intermediate and do the huge move. So I was just here like stuck. Do the first crux moves and then do a sort of weird triple bump sequence with the left hand on really poor edges, and then it finishes with this really cool dyno to a good edge, and then from there you can rest a bit and you have 2 clips of pretty explosive climbing but not that hard. Like, I don't think you would fall on the top, or you'd be very unlucky to fall on the top, I think. So it all comes down to this like long crux sequence, which is basically just a long boulder, which I think by itself could be like a 8B plus boulder, something like that. So it's really hard. Doing it from the start is absolutely desperate. I feel like I've gone deaf. Like, you just can't hear anyone. It's just background noise the whole time. Today we're going to go back to Zillertal to Dolby Surround, and I don't know, I felt pretty close to it last time, so I'm hopefully going to go back and try sound. It rained a lot yesterday and it's pretty overcast and cloudy today, so it might rain a bit more, and I've got no idea how dry it stays, so just basically fingers crossed it's going to be dry. If not, we'll just keep going to different crags till we find something, I think. Oh my god, the route's dry, but I think trying to get to the route, you'll die, really. Plan now is head back down the valley and then stop at a new sector, go check it out, called Monkey Island. It should be dry, like you go up for it instead of down. I'm pretty confident it'll be good. Go bouldering, kids. Sport climbing's hard, it takes forever to dry. Crags are hard to find. Good thing it's pretty here. Well, today's not really gone to plan with all the rain, but we're at the 3rd crag now. We've just got here. It's all dry, it's super steep, which is cool, so we're gonna get to climb, but there's not really that many hard routes. There's an amazing looking 8B plus, so I'm going to try and on-site that. And then there's a project, which I think is an open project, so I might try that as well. It's another noisy crag, like I haven't told the mic so close because we're by the river again. At least it's not like at Dolby Surround where the river was like flooded up. That was scary, so.
was such a fight. Like I did what I normally do on onsights and just not commit hard enough, which works when you're like really strong. Like say you're someone like Stefano or Andra, that works because you've got the endurance. But for me, I was just so pumped because I was moving so slowly, and I kept trying to rest, and I was like, I don't know if this is helping. Like I was shaking my arms and they were just still pumped, and I was like, the last couple moves, I almost dropped I think every one. I kept going to the wrong bit and then just readjusting. Or like when I did the dynamic slaps, it was just like so lucky I hit the good parts of the holds. But I mean, I need to go check, you know, like online and see if I've done the right route, right grade. But if I have, that's my first ever 8V plus onsite. So I'm very happy with that. I mean, for sure it's short, bouldery. You can see all the holds from the floor, so it's not quite the same as like a 40-meter endurance fest, but I'm really happy with that. There's this pretty obvious, amazing looking project through the middle of the wall. Super crimpy, looks super powerful, so I thought, I'll have a look in the guide, see if it's an open project and try that. And I've given one attempt now, checked out the moves. It's basically all comes down to one move, like one really hard move off a really bad crimp in the middle. It's basically kind of savage on your knee because it's like a really hard heel toe cam that you put a lot of force into and like a really sharp left crimp, and you do a huge slap to this nice pinch out of it.
The next day, which I went back as my last day, and I didn't feel that tired, but I had 2 goes, and both of them I went from the ground into the like middle of the crux, so kind of like the, not quite the final move of the crux, but like the key move where you do the triple slap to the better edge. Felt like I had no power to hit that edge. It just felt completely, not impossible, but like there was no way I was going to do it. I was very much just feeling like I didn't have the maximum power for that sequence. Like that boulder sequence felt so hard that I felt like I kind of needed to be very, very fresh. So it was a bit disappointing and had to stop there and move and then leave Zillertal for the time being, but hopefully I'll be able to return and finish the route off. So this is like the first trip in a long time, coming somewhere, trying something, being psyched and just not feeling like I'm even strong enough to do it, not even just getting unlucky. So it's definitely hard, but it kind of just reminds me more of all the trips I used to do where I would always go and just try like the hardest route I could find whenever I went places. So I'd go to Spain and I'd get on something absolutely desperate. And the majority of my trips I never really sent anything. Like I'd go for like a month to Spain and come back having done no routes. Not even like a warm up, so I would just try the project. So definitely feels a bit more like that, but I think I'm not as used to it now, and it's definitely hard. Like, it's really frustrating. I just keep telling myself that this is me trying to get back into the sport climbing, and it's not going to be easy, but hopefully being on this route and being able to give good goes where I'm getting far into the crux is going to be training, and I'm going to be getting better. So hopefully I'll be sending some routes soon.